getting messages about, yeah, you lot should link up again, blah blah blah. Yeah, make it happen again. But you know me, like I said to you, I don't read through comment sections. I just come in, click like, say thank you to everyone, and just jump out.
Just keep it moving.
I keep it moving.
A lot of people were commenting on. See the part where you said £300 ain't nothing.
Yeah.
That got so many. Like, yeah.
No, that's true though.
Conflicting, like some were agreeing. I think some men were saying, yeah, but why should I give more? Do you know what I mean? Like, why should I give more if my child is good? Like, I think that's the problem. Yeah, there isn't. People are looking for like one number that is sufficient. Does that make sense? Rather than looking at situations.
Yeah. Like for me, it's like if I ain't got a child. But if you got a child, wouldn't you want your child to be more comfortable than you ever was? Like, you see, like all the grafting all the men them do, isn't it to benefit them? Because we've enjoyed life, innit? Like, we're still gonna enjoy life regardless. The better you've got your child's back, the more likely they're not gonna, you know what I mean, go down that route.
If another man moves into your child's mum's home, does that change the level of support you give?
I'll tell you what it is here. These questions, it's just my opinion. I think we've all got a bit of pettiness inside us. We all do. And I think the reality is this: when you and the mother of your child get on, okay, when you and the father of your child get on, there's usually peace in situations. It's usually when there's been some friction and people don't know how to deal with conflict that these things happen. We all know that the most important thing in the situation is a child. Anyone with a bit of common sense knows that. But I think it's when we've had an issue, when something's gone wrong between us, that's when these things happen. So technically, if someone's got a child and let's say she now moves into the man's house, okay, so let's say she's not living with him, she's in the house. One would argue and say that the level of support that one is given, you probably don't need that anymore, because one, you're not paying rent anymore because you moved into this guy's house. Okay. You're not paying electric, assuming that, let's just say she doesn't have to pay anything. Assuming that's the setup, let's just use that as a scenario. Let's say that is a scenario. One could argue and say, okay, I'm not paying for the upkeep of the home anymore. So all that we're paying for now is the food that this child eats and maybe the clothes. You know, and if that is the case, then maybe so. One could argue and say, okay, what am I paying for? In the same way, one of my mates, for instance, he has his child 4 days a week and she has a child 3 days a week. So when she's asking him for money, he's like, for what? What is the money for? He spends 4 days at mine, 3 days at yours. Why am I giving you a penny? I don't, whether the washing machine breaks or anything breaks, but it's once again, when there's beef between the two of you, that's when that happens, when it is rigid, where, no, I'm not helping you. But when there's not a problem with you and the mum, if there's a washing machine that needs fixing, if you need to chip in, you'll chip in, because your child lives there. Because I want to help you. Remember, now you're not helping the child, I'm helping you because I can wash the clothes at my house. So let's not think about it. I'm just making your life easier. The same way I've got a car, I can take my son to school in my car. It's just that you ain't got a car.
No, I think
it's when there's beef.
Do you think it's when there's actual? But is that beef? Like, what's the word for it? No, but we could have beef. Like, me and my child's mum could have beef because she's now chatting to another man. That can now start, quote unquote, beef. That's not really her doing anything wrong, though, is it?
No, but I think once again, it's
expectations.
Yeah, and how everything ended. So, for instance, a lot of the times I say it's how you speak to people. You know, there's two relationships you could have with a woman. I might break up with my ex. So I always give my dad an example. When my dad passed away during COVID, when they was doing the obituary on the Zoom thing, where like everyone was talking about my dad, my stepbrother, who's basically my dad's son from another woman, okay, we're calling my brother, but I don't really call him my brother, but whatever, that's another conversation. When they was doing his speech about my dad, oh, my dad was the greatest man ever, he was da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I sat there like, okay, wow. This is interesting.
That's the same guy?
This is the same guy. This is the same, my dad too. He's got a different story. He has he was weeping, sobbing, my dad,
saying your dad. Basically, Gabriel saying his dad had practiced
Daddy!
all the fuck ups with
Yeah.
Gabriel. He had all that.
It's the same dad. Same dad. Same relationship I had with my mum, which was pear-shaped. Had a Verna's beautiful.
How did that make you feel?
As I've got older, I've realised that not everything is not everything is as it appears. Things are not justified, but not everything's as it seems. Meaning, everyone knows what they can handle. It doesn't make anything right. But I say that as I've got older, I understand. It doesn't make it right. I understand. And I always talk about what it was like for our parents coming from either Jamaica, coming from Nigeria, Ghana, into this country where, remember, my dad was a learned man in Nigeria, graduate and engineer. My mum was a professor. So they all had degrees, came into this country, only for their degrees not to be worth anything. My mum's having to wash toilets, become a cleaner, be a carer, wiping people's bums. My dad's having to be he called himself a chauffeur, but a mini cab driver. That's what he told these people in Nigeria. I'm a chauffeur, you know, we drive the big bus around. No, dad, yes. He was a mini cab driver. No, nothing wrong with that, but that's what my dad was. So my dad's now come from my mum being respectful, being a woman, being feminine, okay, where he's running the shit in Nigeria. To only come here now and they're both doing 10-hour shifts. My dad's working long hours, there's not enough money. My dad's coming home expecting food. And my mum's like, yo, big man, boss it.
Where's my meal?
We're both working.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, what do you mean? Where's my food? No, I've gone to work for 10 hours. You've gone to work for 10 hours. You even came home before me. And now you're coming home and telling me to cook. Big man. If we're both paying the bills, we're both paying it.
Yeah.
So that dynamic,
We're housemates.
that dynamic didn't work for a lot of men. It doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
So when I say, oh, my dad wasn't here, it messed up things for me. But it's a mad one because I understand and it doesn't make it right. I sat there like, so this isn't my dad. It isn't him to be there.
Yeah.
And
He
it
has the
isn't.
capacity
Yeah.
to be that way.
Yeah.
But it's a choice possibly not to.
Yeah, and I sit there and say, why? What difference? What's the difference? What is the difference?
What did you come up with?
I think. Up to this point, I think I only forgave my dad about just before he passed away. I think probably around, he passed away 2020. I think I finally forgave him and my mum.
Angel.
Yeah,